So, what do you do when you want to learn coding as a beginner, but you have totally no idea where to start from? All right. So, I'm not here to say you should do this and you should do that. You should follow to the core, right? You should follow each and every steps that I will be listing down here. No, right? I will say that it really depends on your personal goal, and I will say this with absolute confidence. It is the same as how you tackle any other goal you have. So, for example, say if you want to build a website, right? So, what are the basic technologies that a website is required, or rather, that a website requires to perform, right? To load visually on, say, your browser, on your phone, or maybe on your laptop. Right. So for example, you might Google and search for it, and you might come across, hey, I need to learn HTML, I need to learn CSS, I need to learn JavaScript, and nowadays TypeScript. Yeah, for our sanity purposes. Yeah. Yeah. So that, for example, is for websites. Okay. What happens if you want to learn, say, mobile app development? Let's say you want to design a mobile app, native app, or a mobile game, for example, right? Even that has a difference, right? For example, if you want to design or create a mobile app, you have to know things like, if you want to design just for iOS, you need to know Swift, for example, maybe Objective-C, right? And then for Android, if it's just Android, you need to know either Java or Kotlin. Okay, but if you want to know cross-platform development, you need to know things like either React Native, Xamarin, and maybe if you want to learn mobile game development, okay, you need to know or learn at the very minimum C Sharp, Unity, yeah. So it really depends. Okay, what do you want out of your coding journey, right? What is important to you? What is your personal goal? So even that, as I have mentioned previously, is totally similar to any other personal or professional goal you have for yourself, right? So it is ultimately the same, yeah. Okay, but I would say when you want to do so, okay, your attitude is the most important, critical factor, right? I cannot stress this enough because, as with many things in life, and especially in the tech industry where things keep changing, right? Because we are constantly using tech to advance tech, yeah. So in this industry, which is especially true, you have to have have an attitude for constantly learning new things, or rather, and be open to learning new things, yeah, as new and emerging and even better ways of doing the same thing over, right? Or achieving the same thing with an easier and cheaper method has been invented. Yeah, you have to be open to this kind of new and emerging technologies and new ways of doing stuff, right? Which might require you to unlearn, relearn, and unlearn and relearn. Yeah. Basically, just going through that loop of constantly improving yourself as a person, which indirectly grows you as a person, right? So does that sound similar to just learning any type of skills in life? Yeah. So if you want to learn coding as a beginner, your mindset, right? Your attitude, that is the most important advantage you have, right? Tell yourself, hey, I want to learn coding, right? Should I think about how I'm going to do it, how I'm going to achieve it, and then just think about it maybe for the next 7 days, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? How about 6 months, a year? yeah, just keep doing that and nothing will change. Yeah. So I would say just do it, but not without planning. Yeah. Of course, don't plan too much. Don't take too much time. Yeah. I mean, I've seen friends and friends of friends just coming out of a plan, rethinking it, all right, rethinking it, destroying the plan, coming out with a new plan, and repeat and repeat and repeat. Yeah. So I would say, of course, planning is important, right? But of course, once you think you have a good plan, go for it. Yeah. Just go for it. Right. Even if whatever you have built is not up to your expectations, or maybe it's not good by professional or corporate standards, for example, right? Don't worry about it. Yeah, seriously, no one starts as a pro developer coder right from the start, right? Everyone has to start somewhere. And the faster you learn from making stupid mistakes as a coder or programmer, the faster you grow and the faster you become a better coder or programmer as compared to others who are not, rather, yeah, others who are afraid to make mistakes. Yeah. So in a way, that helps in the longer run. Yeah, it helps. So you have to think of the big picture, like for example, set a goal of where you want to be, maybe 1 year from now, and then 3 years from now, and maybe 5 years from now. I wouldn't say 10 years, but it's good to plan. Just know that, especially in this industry, things change so fast that even maybe 1 year later, you need to replan everything. Yeah, that is totally possible, right? So, as a personal example, so right now I am a software tech lead at the current company I'm at. So even though that's not my official title, but it's around the same level, all right? So I'm mainly just on the project I'm assigned to. I'm mainly focusing right now on the front end, right, development. And of course, sometimes I do try to help with the back end and stuff, right? So here and there, right, just helping in any way I can and adding value, right, to the company or to the project that I have been assigned to. Okay, but I didn't always do what I'm doing right now, right? So even though I came from a tech background, right, I started coding at around, I do believe I was around 15, 16 years old. Yeah. And the first coding language I came across was actually, was it VBA? Yeah. It was either VBA or C++. I'm trying to recall, yeah. Yeah, man. So just imagine, right? So everyone, right? Just imagine everyone has to start somewhere. Yeah. It's the daily effort of showing up. Hey, once again, this applies to everything else in your life. Yeah. So I would say the only major difference in learning coding as a beginner as compared to learning other skills in life is maybe things move slightly faster in this field. Yeah, so you have to constantly learn, update. Yeah, as with software, you have to update to newer versions. Yeah, update and grow yourself, right? At a faster pace, right, as compared to maybe other industries. Yeah. So I would say if you want to learn coding as a beginner, do have that in your mind. Yeah, just to be mentally prepared to say, hey, did I learn this feature in this YouTube tutorial just yesterday? And now they came out with a new version that completely destroyed and broke whatever I've just learned last week. Yes, that does happen, right? In fact, that actually happened maybe 1 or 2 weeks ago when Next.js 13 came out, and that sort of, changed everything. Yeah, even their presentation was quite Apple-ish style, I guess. Yeah, yeah. So in this field, especially, yeah, I'm not. So once again, I'm not trying to intimidate anyone from learning coding. I'm just saying your attitude, right? Your mindset is the most important advantage you could have, right? Or rather, you can have by preparing yourself, right? Or training yourself, yeah. It is very important, yeah. I would say it outweighs almost everything else, yeah. It doesn't matter how long you take to, say, pick up, like maybe understanding a concept in programming, maybe classes, maybe oriented classes, for example, or OOP, object oriented programming, for example. Maybe you took maybe 1 week more as compared to your classmate, for example, right? But the important thing here is that you still understood it, right? Eventually, right? The key point here is don't give up, right? Don't give up. Even though you might not be, or rather, maybe if you think you're not good at it, maybe you should rethink your mindset. Yeah, it's all about your mindset. Yeah, you don't have to compare yourself to other developers or coders or programmers. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, none of that bullshit. Right. Tell yourself, hey, I am a beginner. How do I even start to learn coding? I would say just do it. Right. Just build and start building stuff. Right. Even something as simple as a hello world website, right, with maybe 1 or 2 buttons, yeah, that maybe changes the hello world to say goodbye world. Go for it, right? Something as simple as that will give you the experience of adding buttons, right, and making them change something on the website. Yeah, while that might seem like nothing much, okay, but just repeating, if you just repeatedly do that, right, over a period of time, you'll be much better as compared to someone who didn't even start. Yeah. So I would say go for it. Just go for it. And if you hear anyone say otherwise, ignore them. Be confident about it. Keep building stuff and profit. Trust me.